Happy Sunday. Moving along. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying the change of the season. I hope you're surviving all the craziness that's happening around us and in the world. And I'm wishing all of you a lot of love and coping mechanisms for everything that's going on, from personal stuff in our life to bigger stuff and all of that. So we're starting with the Crystal Angels by Doreen Virtue. Gosh, you got to get the right card. Sometimes the vibe's way underneath the other ones. Ooh, Jade, wellness. The recovery of health and wellness is here. Who doesn't like Jade? Almost looks like a chalice at first glance, but it's the caduceus and with the jade towers around it. Beautiful green that, when I look at it anyways, the green is the healing energy, and it's got speckles of gold everywhere. So this to me feels like at a very high level. And it says this card announces improved health and wellness with a focus on recovery. An increased commitment to healing yields positive results. A multidimensional approach to health, including especially prayer, faith, and optimism, is indicated and appropriate right now. This is also a sign that your own work to help others is flourishing. God and the guardian angels are working through your intentions to bring healing energy to your loved ones and clients. Your commitment to being a healing earth angel is opening up physical and energetic avenues in your therapeutic practice or acts of service. This is a good time to do research, skill building, or marketing to expand the scope of your healing work. Follow your intuition closely. So you see a lot of the Asian statues carved out of jade. They knew that this was an important stone, and jade is often used in the breastplates of the priests and priestesses. So very important one. And what are we doing now but healing? We're healing so many different things that have come along, old things, new things, global things, ancestral things, and that's a biggie. Mary, Queen of Angels. Love that picture. Love Mary. So funny that people now are able to see that Mary goes beyond Christ's mother, that she's this amazing goddess, and that, that's where she's at. Okay. What do you want us to know for this week? Well, that's interesting. We have sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. And the card is Mary being surrounded by all these people and beings, and they're touching her. They're all touching her. So let's see what that's about, sobriety. Mother Mary supports your intention to have a chemical-free lifestyle. Well, in order to do that, we better stop eating half the food too, right? She can guide your detoxification process and support you in choosing sobriety one day at a time. So I want to take this not just to alcohol. I want to take it to everything. How many days, like we start a diet, we're good for a few days, then we fall off. Says a clear and sober mind is better able to concentrate during meditation and prayer in the same way that a sober driver can better steer an automobile in a straight line. Your prayers for help in this regard can also reduce or even eliminate cravings for unhealthy substances, so that sobriety is a pleasant and peaceful choice. Mother Mary's love will give you the feeling of comfort, bliss, and love that you once sought through substances. So that is really interesting. I love the idea of turning it over to her, whatever your addictions are, workaholics, everything, right? And just turning it over to her. That's beautiful. And then I didn't do this deliberately, but this is the Christ consciousness deck. So today, I haven't pulled one of these in forever and always. These are by Amanda Ellis. And I haven't followed her in a long time either. She's amazing. And it's been a while. Look at how pretty even this side of it is. All right. Jesus, what do you want us to know this week? Knights, K-N-I-G-H-T, vigil, prepare and get ready. And it shows a knight with a sword in a church or a chapel. One thing in England and some of the other, Scotland, Ireland, there are little chapels all over that are just quaint. We went to Archangel Michael's chapel. Amazing. This tiny little place on the top of a hill that had so much juice in it. Okay, let's see. What are you telling us this week? Okay, I thought that said 67. Oh, 47. Sorry. Every time the pastels, I have trouble. Okay. In days of old, before being knighted, a squire, typically a nobleman, would spend time preparing himself in vigil. This would be an enforced period of no sleep. Vigil comes from the Latin word vigilia, which means wakefulness. He would cleanse his body, focus on prayer and his connection to God, and reflect on the moral and ethical code he would swear allegiance to. Vigils through the ages have also taken place before key events, religious ceremonies, and battles. At Gethsemane, Jesus spent time in prayer, alert to what was to come, knowing his battle would be physical, emotional, and spiritual. The crucifixion ahead would test him to his limit, and he required time to gather his strength to be ready to face it, knowing it would also be his greatest triumph despite his challenge. When the disciples with him fell asleep, he rebuked them, knowing how vital it was to prepare for the coming hours. Indeed, Jesus readies himself for the future respective missions, knowing he will not be physically around. This is a key component to this message, to create time and space to prepare and align to God for the next stage to come. This doesn't mean it is a time of foreboding, simply that you are asked to give your best, be present, and be aware of your conduct and the impact you can make. I love that, because so many people don't think that one person can make a difference, and you can. Living by a code that is resonant to your beliefs is highlighted right now. To stand for something, to align to a belief, to aspire to live your life by higher ideals that you set, and also to hold yourself accountable. Many of the qualities the knights of old held dear: nobility, grace, loyalty, courage, honor, integrity, humility, and humbleness, and faithfulness, are ones that our world sorely needs, modeled again. You are invited to hold them dear to your heart, inspiring others who may have forgotten that they are important. You can even do this if the same respect is not shown to you. In a world where many are selfish, vain, and egocentric, living by a selfless, heart centered code is empowering and divinely supported. You are also encouraged to stand firm and to be true to who you are, sovereign and free, and not swayed by changing trends in fashion. You may be misunderstood and feel alone, yet draw you to a band of like minded brothers and sisters, such as King Arthur did with his 12 knights of the Round Table, and Christ did with his 12 apostles. Belonging to something, sharing a common belief, and remaining steadfast is a vision that's important. New friendships and alliances may soon arrive, as well as a parting of the ways with those who are not willing to walk with you any further. I think that's important to say because things are changing so quickly since that eclipse. Changes here in focus, determination, and a willingness to serve are highlighted. You will be guided by God and your higher self, and it is often said that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. This is such a time, learning new skills and expanding your knowledge. Let go of any part of you that feels incapable, unworthy, or not up to the task. Everyone has flaws, yet the path of the knights is towards self-development, knowing from failure that strength and wisdom come just as much as victory and fortitude. Sink into quiet vigil, meditate, and pray, and gather your thoughts, collecting back scattered parts of yourself and becoming whole and centered. Your life and how you conduct it matters, and you are deeply appreciated and loved. Be at peace with all that is to come. You will conquer all there is indeed. Wow. So I love those qualities of the Knights of the Round Table. They are important. Okay. We're going into the Sacred Forest with Denise Lynn. Wow, success, Secret Spring, success. I love the fairy just flitting around. There's water under her. There's a boat here. It just looks beautiful. Success. Okay, can't see. It's a dark card. I think it says 34. Let's see. You stand behind a thicket of fairies with the edge of a secret spring. Gazing across the still water, you see a boat silently guiding towards you, a glowing light hanging loosely from its bow. The fairy of the spring floats above the boat. Her wings are radiant and shimmering. She knows that you are there and smiles at you. It's said that anyone who sees the secret spring fairy on a starry night will be blessed with success beyond measure. And it says the spirit of the secret spring says success is flowing into your life, vitality and a glowing, youthful renewal of your body is occurring. Now is the time to take action in support of your dreams. There is no need to struggle. The universe has your back. How lovely is that? Amazing. Okay. So we're going to pull a card. I think this will be the last one for this week. And it's our whimsical deck. Friendship. Nurture your relationships. So, amazing. So, our friendships and relationships are really holy ground. So we have to remember that sometimes it's a give without a take, and sometimes it's your turn to take and to appreciate and do gratitude. And remember, sometimes it's about sharing, and sometimes you're the recipient of listening and holding space for another. So I love this week. We've got the Jade with about your health. Watch your whatever your addictions are. Go into prayer and vigil, and know that you're going to succeed, and value those friendships this week. Perhaps there's somebody you haven't talked to in a while that you need to pick up the phone and say, hey, how are you? The friendships that I love are the ones where I'm busy, they're busy. I don't care if it's, I don't talk to you for 2 months. And then when we do, we pick it right back up again and we're good. Nobody takes offense. Oh, you haven't called me. Those days are gone. We're all way too busy for that. And if you're not too busy for that, that's your choice. But it's really about just honoring who we are and what we are and moving forward fearlessly. So think about that this week. Make it a good one.